It's me, it's Queen Osset Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. So I was talking to a Gemini female, and she works in an office, and it's like 20 or so people that work in this office. And all of you know that when you work in the office or when you work around a number of different people, you run the risk of gossip, drama, bullshit, backstabbing, lying. You know, every job I worked at, from the school district down, had some element of that, depending upon the energy of the people that worked there. Some was really worse than others. So she says that she works in this office and it's always some drama, it's always some bullshit. And she said there's an Aquarius guy, and she said that she really feels like he's instigating most of this drama. And she asked me, she says she can't prove it because she hasn't caught him or caught any kind of, evidence. I'm going to put it like that. But she said just from the feeling that she gets, she feels like he's the one that's starting this shit. She said before he started working there, it wasn't that bad. And now it's like constant. And she asked me, do Aquarius instigate? Do they gossip? Do they start shit? Do they do things like that? And I'm like, girlfriend, a dark Aquarius invented that shit. Like dark Aquarius, and I think they got with some Scorpios. They invented that shit. That is their fucking invention, okay? That's what they do. Instigate, girlfriend, they plot. I told you guys in another video, Aquarius be plotting. And Aquarius are smart. A lot of us are really, really smart. So when we execute a plot, it pops off. And I'm not talking about like a little plot. We do complex plots. Like he probably is instigating and pulling everybody's puppet strings, but thinks that got everybody thinking that somebody else is doing it. And Aquarius is maniacal with that. And Aquarius will pull off a whole caper, a whole scheme. That a dark Aquarius or a gray Aquarius sometimes will pull off a whole scheme, and nobody will even know the Aquarius did it. When I was a younger girl and I was into treachery and things like that, nobody knew that, because I was good at it. I was very good at it back then. So nobody knew that, actually I shouldn't say nobody. People that really knew me knew that. My friends knew that. And some of them was just as shady acting as I was, so they thought it was funny. But back then, I was able to pull off a caper. I've done many a caper. Many a caper. So it's nothing to be in an office and get people at each other's throats. Because one thing I'll tell you about people have the same kind of things go on with them based on just human nature. One thing about all of us that is very similar is we're all human, and we all have some instinctive similarities. So it's not hard to get people at each other's throats if you have a good enough understanding of psychology. You can have the whole office at each other's throats and nobody even know that it was you. Because all you have to do is plant little seeds, little bugs in this person's ear, that person's ear, That's all you have to do. And a person who is maniacal, who is plotting, who is dark, who is negative, be able to pull the strings of what's going on in your office. So 9 times out of 10, you can't prove it, but that Aquarius probably does have something to do with it. You can't say or do anything about it without evidence. That wouldn't be fair. I totally agree with you on that. But your gut instinct is probably correct. So if I were you, I wouldn't even try to catch him or expose him. I would stay away from him. Because if you're not in the Aquarius's sights, if the Aquarius knows that you're not going to be a pawn in their chess game, then they will move on to someone weaker, dumber, okay? Somebody that they can manipulate and they can use as their pawn, okay? And Aquarius is not going to bother with somebody who's too smart to see past their bullshit. If they're a dark Aquarius and they know that you see past their bullshit, they're going to move on to somebody that they can manipulate. So all you got to do is stay out of Dodge. Stay out of Dodge. Stay out of the conversation. Just stay out of it. That's what I would do. I know a dark Aquarius from when I was a kid. I was telling my friend about this the other day. And the smartest thing I learned how to do was stay the hell away from her. When she came outside, I went to go play somewhere else. Sometimes I would even go in the house. You know, I taught myself from being caught up in her schemes so many times to just get the hell away from her. So when you know a dark Aquarius, my advice to you is get the hell away from them. If they see you because we're always plotting. You know, when you're in that dark energy, you're always plotting. So you're always trying to connect the dots and see who you can pull into your scheme and who can do this and who can do that and how they won't know. They're always thinking. You know, Aquarius is thinkers. We're always in our head. And if you have a light Aquarius and they're in their head, they're probably thinking about mundane things like history and math and, you know, creative things and philosophy and religion and spirituality and things like that. Technology even, if you have a light Aquarius. If you have a dark Aquarius, they're thinking about plots, schemes. They're thinking about who to blame something on, and they're always looking around for who they can use. One of the things about Aquarius that I noticed from the dark ones that I've known, you can always tell they're plotting because they're just looking around at everybody. Just plotting. You know, thinking, who can I pull into this scheme? How can I get away with this bullshit I'm thinking of is the bottom line. So I would say to you, stay out of Dodge. When that Aquarius comes around, the water cooler, you need to go do something else. Go to the bathroom or go do work. Go do something else. That's the easiest way to stay out of the Aquarius's sights. Now, that doesn't mean the Aquarius won't try to pull you into some mess, but it does mean that your chances of getting caught up are less likely. Okay, so Aquarius do instigate drama, but we usually instigate it in such a way that it's not traced back to us. That's the way we try to do it anyway. An Aquarius who allows it to be seen that they're instigating drama is an Aquarius who doesn't care, or an Aquarius who hasn't learned that trick yet. So, like I said before, stay out of Dodge and you'll keep yourself safe. Okay? I hope that helps. Alright guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you know somebody who's around a plotting ass Aquarius, send them this video and tell them I said, be careful. Be very careful. If you want to send me a love donation or a gift, my information will be under here, my PayPal. Likewise, my wish list will be there, my email will be there, and all of my social media information. So if you want to get me to do a reading for you or something along those lines, feel free to contact me. See you later.